This project sells for hundreds of dollars online, but I can build it in just 20 minutes using two 2x4s. I already cut these in half to 48 inches in length, and I'll make them easier to work with. I'm going to be using a table saw to make some rip cuts, but if you don't have a table saw, you can just buy like a 2x8x8, so that way you don't need to do any rip cuts. Basically, all I'm saying is just cut off the rounded corners of the wood. Now I'll just grab some wood glue and glue the pieces together. I'll also put on some fast drying adhesive, which will speed up the drying time so I can get to working on it faster. Then put your clamps on it and let it dry. And then just repeat that process twice. So you should have two pieces that are 6 inches by 48 inches. Now we just need to make a few simple cuts with the miter saw. I'll tilt it at a 45-degree angle. I'll just lay the wood flat on the miter saw and then take a couple quick measurements. I'll show you the measurements in just a second, but don't worry about being complicated. This project is super easy to build. Now grab your eye and ear protection and get started cutting the wood. I forgot to turn on the shop vac right here, so of course dust went flying everywhere. If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to go down below and hit the like and subscribe button for more videos like this. So we did the first cut, now I'll turn it over and do the second cut. It's really hot out in the workshop today, so I'm using my Fantic fan to cool me down. It's multifunctional, and if you want to check it out, I linked it down below. We have two 18-inch pieces right here, and then the one 25-inch piece, and I put a 45-degree angle on both sides. Before we move on to the next step, make sure to remove any stickers that might be on the wood. Now I'll use my sander and 120 grit sandpaper and smooth everything out. First, I use 120 grit sandpaper, and then I go back and do 180 grit sandpaper. Make sure to smooth out all the corners too so they're nice and round. Now take all your pieces and assemble it into a Z shape. Now I'll just glue them together. The surface I'm working on is not even, so I put a piece of scrap wood under it to help even it out. Now I took another piece of scrap wood and I'm just going to nail this to it while the glue dries, and then I'll remove it when the glue is done drying. You can also put weights up against it, or if you have clamps big enough, you can use those. You just need something to hold it in place while it dries. If you got some extra glue on the wood, you can just use a paper towel or rag and wipe it off. Underneath it, I'll drill a couple small holes, and then I'll screw in some wood screws, and this will add extra support. I'm just using standard 2-inch wood screws. Since the glue is dry now, we can remove that piece we added earlier. And here's how it's looking so far. Before we stain this, make sure to wipe off all the sawdust. You just want to make sure you don't get any sawdust mixing in with the stain. For the stain, I'll just be using this classic gray color, and I'll apply 2 to 3 coats of this. You can do 1 coat, wait for it to dry for an hour or 2, use some sandpaper to sand it smooth, and then do another coat, wait for that to dry, and then we'll move on to the clear coats. Once that's done, I'll add on 2 clear coats, and this will make it stain and scratch resistant, and also give it a nice shine. You should definitely wear a mask for this, but I just was holding my breath for a few seconds, sprayed it, and then got out of the workshop. So while this is drying, let's go over the profit breakdown. The wood cost $9 for 2 2x4s. The stain that we used cost $8, and the clear coat cost $3 because I only use a tiny bit for each build. Shipping will be around $30. Packaging will be around another $15. If you're selling online, some platforms like Etsy charge around 10 to 20% in fees. So after all the product cost, fees, and shipping, we make around $104 for each one. I can build one of these in less than an hour, I'm not including the time that it takes for the glue to dry. So if I sell this for $190, I make around $104 in profit. If you sell 1 to 2 of these a week, you can make $400 to $800 a month from this one build. People are willing to pay a lot more for something that's fully customizable like this, and that's how much these go for on platforms like Etsy. Here is the final reveal. I think this is my favorite project I built so far. Let me know what you think of this coffee/end table down below. And also make sure to like, subscribe, and share for more content like this.